Good evening, students. Welcome back to our science class. Now we are in lesson 21, crop production and management. This is video session 2 of this lesson. In our last video session, we saw about different crop system, that is ploughing, irrigation, weeding, and then the methods of weeding as well as the ploughing. Then the remaining topics we are going to discuss now. In our around 30,000 species of weeds are there. But out of this, 18,000 species cause serious losses of crops. The continuous use of the same method leads to building of the tolerant species. Therefore, a suitable combination of different methods of weed control should be practiced. Here, integrated weed management. It is combines the different agronomic practice, that is the different methods included together. Then there it is maybe a biological or mechanical cultural methods to remove the weed from the land. Harvesting crops. So what are the harvesting methods? Here we have a collecting and gathering of a process to collecting the crops, we can call it as harvesting. The different methods of harvesting: manual harvesting. This is nothing but of the human itself, they can manually doing with the harvesting, like groundnut, green gram, black gram. So some of the crops they can do it in the hand fully. Mechanical method is generally done by the employing by the laborer. With the help of the some instrument, they can easily harvest the plants. The next thing is machine harvesting. Now we are many agricultural people using machine harvesting, and then the term harvesting also include the immediate post harvest, and then they are separating grains from their chaffs or parts in threshing. After threshing, we must separate the grains from the chaffs. Winnowing is a process of separating the grains. Then storage of food grains. For our future purpose, the storage is very important in the harvest technology. Because the crops are seasonal, so depends upon the seasonal, we need to sow the seeds and get a good yield. When the storing of grains, it should not have any wet particles. It should be dried and properly stored in the food grain. Here the methods: the drying and then keeping inside the mud bin, jute bags, as well as a silos. Silos is a big metal drum. Then they are keeping those dried seeds, and then used for a large storage. For chemical vapors are paid, it should not contact with the moisture, and then this will not allow growth for a fungus also. This is called a fumigation. And then the stored goods are often inspected, and then they are checked whether it was good or not, and then the diseases, it is away from the diseases. The different categories of procedure: greens, soil, oil seeds and food. Food Corporation in the year 1965, Chennai, they distributes the food grains throughout the country for the public distribution. Food Corporation, when we need any seeds, we can get it from the Food Corporation. And then rotation crops. Why we need to rotation crop? For a particular land, we should not yield a particular seeds. So we need to do a rotation. Monocropping. For a single crop, we should not continuously grow. So the rotation method only, it is useful to grow the crops, and then we get a good yield. It has a many advantage for the crop rotation, because when the crop rotation, it retains the nutrition is present in the soil, as well as it helps in maintaining a better balance of the nutrition. And then weed problems, the number of weeds will be grown very less in the rotation crops. Seed bank. So seed banks means we can get a seed for the different types of plants, and then for hundreds and even thousands of years, seeds may be in the earth. Seed banks are like the seed libraries that contain valuable information about the evaluation. In our India, we have a Royal Botanical Garden at Kolkata. It was first started in collecting seeds normally, and then they started garden. Here we have a different types of seeds as well as the different many variety of seeds. Then next we have a seed balls. Seed balls are mixture of soil and then seeds. When we take and throw for any other place, the seed balls mingle with the soil and then the new plants will grow. It is proposed by the non-government organization and then it will help the growth of the plant as well as maintain the ecosystem, and then it is helping for conserving plants. Our next heading is heirloom seed. An heirloom seed is the seed of the plant that has been carefully cultivated. It is passed down through many generations. Heirlooms are usually planted in small isolated communities through the generations. Heirloom seeds are also called organic seeds. Organic means it's only pure, grown with the help of the organic matter. They were harvested, dried and stored in one place, and then we can replant them in the particular season. So why the aim to preserve the heirloom seeds? Because it prevents a change due to the outside influences. And then most vegetables and flowers were kept protected for isolated form. Other similar varieties during flowering avoid cross pollinating, and then vegetable varieties are self-pollinated and grown with virtually no danger of crossing. Synthetic fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides are not used because only with the help of the natural matter, the organic plants are growing. Bioindicators. Bioindicators or biological indicators, they are the group of species whose functions of reveals the qualitative status. How much that quality? We need to understand the Earth's living system, and then for expanding human pollution, how much the growth was satisfying for the human. What about soil structure, developmental of nutrition and biological activities? Biological activities, they state the ecosystem, and then natural bioindicators, they will helpful to know the climatical changes for everything. And then here you are seeing a picture of Lichen Agriculture Research Institute. We have Agriculture Research Institute based on the using suitable media and the methods, so they can insist the persons to know how the climate was, which place which seeds will grow very fast, and then seasonal seeds. All those things were with the help of the research institute we can know that. Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI. This institute is commonly known as PUSA Institute, and then the Indian Agricultural Research Institute. See ICAR. This is the picture for ICAR Institute. So ICAR in India, the 1970s they started the time of Green Revolution, and then it helps to meet the needs of the nation, and then several popular high yielding varieties. From the seed we can yield much crops. Indian Council of Agriculture Research, it's a body responsible for the coordinating agriculture education, and then departmental agriculture department, Ministry of Agriculture. It is the largest network. Indian Council of Agriculture. Krishi Vigyan Kendra. Krishi Vigyan Kendra is a farm science center. In that center, the ultimate link between they teach the different varieties of plants growing, and then they did the research on agriculture also. It was established in 1974 in Pondicherry. Then KVKs are expected to undertake their own projects. They are also serve the resources center extending government initiative local bodies. Next, responsibility of KVK. KVK is a small farm to test the new technologies such as seeds, varieties, and then their yield, and then the project given by the ICAR and all carried out by the KVK. And then here they have a group of farmers, and therefore the advice the farmers whether the market pricing, and then they can decide which seed will grow very fast, and then for the seasonal seeds. Foliar sprays. Foliar feeding techniques of feeding plants by applying a liquid fertilizer. So instead of that, we can spread the water through the plants with the spraying method. Its total absorption takes place through epidermis. Foliar spraying on trees. Sea-based plants. Mixes from a kelp contains trace nutrition of some hormones. So when the sea-based plants, Nearby the sea places we are painting because of to maintain the nutrition in the pond. Foliar feeding is generally done in the early morning or late evening. When the sun is not hot, we cannot do that. Plant shows quick response to the nutrition feeding, so the efficiency uptake is considered to be the higher than the other living being. Effective microorganism technology. It is a technology for a culture of different effective microbes. It is in the nature nitrogen fixer for passport stabilizer. To need the minute minerals to plant, we are doing this effective microorganism technology. First one, Panchakavya is a promoter with a combination of 5 products obtained from the cow, which includes cow dung, cow's urine, milk, curd, and ghee. See, all these 5 products are, we can call it as a Panchakavya. It's termed Panchakavya. It's promoting the growth and providing the immunity boost of the plant. And then it is also used to treat the treatment of seed also. Seeds are soaked for 20 minutes before sowing. The present of Panchakavya is a single organic input which can act as a potentiator. Potentiator means it can help the plant to grow very fast. Next, vermi wash. Vermi wash is a liquid. It can be collected after the passage of water through the column. It is for the excretory product and mucus secretion of earthworms along with the micronutrition for the soil organic molecules. Vermi wash is used for the foliar spray for crops. Biocontrol methods. So biological method for the control insects, mites, weeds and plant diseases, and then other organism also. So we can use biopredators, biopesticides and biorepellents and biofertilizers for the controlling of microorganism which causes damage to the crops and pets and insects. Biopredators, it's a pets for feeding or multiplication. By introducing large number of predators in a greenhouse, we can destroy the pets like cryptos and then minotaurs are highly useful in controlling pests like aphids, white flies, cotton bollworms, leaf insects, etc. Here now we are seeing predators. Biopesticides, it's a living organism or other derived parts and then which are used to control the biological agents. Fungal biopesticide, to control the fungus we are using this. It is useful to control the various diseases caused by the fungi. Then we have a biorepellent. It's a compound acidication obtained from the seeds of neem serves good insect repellent, and then the derived leaves, dried leaves are repelled for the stored grains. Biofertilizers, it's an organism for the bring out the soil nutrients. It converts the nitrogen into nitrogenous compound and make the soil fertile, and then the nitrogen fixation also it is helping. Certain bacteria and fungi free living cyanobacterium involved in the nitrogen fixation. Example, Anabaena, nostoc, nitrogen. Example, Rhizobium, although the chemical fertilizer is also doing the same thing. Assignment for this class. Answer these questions. What is crop rotation? What is green manure? Define Panchakavya. What is fumigatation? Write about biofertilizers. Thank you, children. Have a wonderful day.